Welcome to the 8th grade curriculum preview for the second 6 weeks. This 6 weeks, students are going to participate in reading, poetry, and drama, and students will write poetry and expository essays. Let's look at some of the standards that have been traditionally low scoring for our district. We start with Standard 4. This supporting standard is new for students at this level. Previously, students have experienced working with figurative language and how elements of figurative language contribute to meaning in 6th grade. In 7th grade, they looked at the importance of graphical elements and how those affect the meaning of a poem. This year, the standard is focused on comparing and contrasting the relationship between the purpose and the characteristic of different poetic forms. This means that students need to be able to identify different forms as well as discuss why an author might have chosen a specific form. They need to move beyond simply being able to identify the form to discuss the meaning behind its use. Standard 5A is a supporting standard as well, and it asks students to characterize what they know about protagonist and antagonist through the dialogue and staging of a play. Students have familiarity with dialogue, but the idea of staging is introduced at this level. Students will need modeling and practice in determining what staging is and how it affects the meaning of the work. Students might also need help with inferring what they know about protagonists and antagonists based on what the playwright has written into their instructions. Plays are very difficult for students, so the more that we can help them visualize and participate in a concrete way, the better it is. Standard 7A is also a supporting standard, and it deals with well-known speeches. A great source for speeches is always your social studies partner, as they have many that they're required to study in their standards. This is the first instance where students are working with the genre of a speech. They will need significant practice with the structure and the purpose for a speech, as well as the difference between a speech and a biography or an autobiography, or just an informational piece or a persuasive piece. They would benefit from viewing a video or hearing a recording of a speech after reading. Since this is the first time that they've worked with speeches, we need to remember that the format is going to throw them off, as it's not one that they know. Students will also need to use their knowledge of literary devices and word phrase and word choice to really look at how speech writers use those things, and also it appeals to the audience. So then we get into the emotional appeal, to the logical appeal, and so it goes into many more things that the students are not familiar with. Student tasks have been developed for this unit to help you. They include 17 AIV, synthesizing ideas from several sources, 17 AIII, organization of the expository essay, 7A, analyze a speech, 5A, characterization through dialogue, and 9A, author's purpose. These student tasks are found under resources in the unit documents section of Eduphoria.